Bonjour. We're going to talk today about how LARVOL CLIN can help you prepare, attend, and recap ESMO GI, which is currently taking place. I'm Bruno, Onco Bruno. Hello. Calling in from San Francisco, and Sreedhar Reddy is with me. And he is the one of the top people at LARVOL who is responsible for the platform for LARVOL CLIN. He is the head of our dev team and head of our product team. Hello, Sreedhar.
Hey Bruno, thanks for having me again on the call.
Great to have you. So we're going to go through a demo of CLIN, and we're going to show how CLIN can help if you're attending a cancer conference. So we're going to take the example of ESMO GI, and then of course the rest of the year we also will be at Big ESMO. We will be at most likely SITC. We will not be at World Lung. We will be also at ESMO AI, at ASH, at ACBCS, and I'm probably forgetting another conference would be it. So we'll be traveling quite a lot. As you share your screen, one thing I want to say about our approach, and I'm repeating myself for those of you who heard our demo before, but there's something unique about the way we work and the way CLIN works. And so, as you're looking at various ways of preparing for conferences, here's the thing to keep in mind. We're the only company that is tracking 6,000 oncologists. You can maybe even show the oncologist influencer tab here for a second. Only company that is tracking 6,000 oncologists on X. And each time they mention a trial, a cancer trial, we extract, analyze, classify using AI their commentary. So we like to describe CLIN as a Google map for cancer data, and the commentary from these 6,000 oncologists provide an overlay of color on top of the Google map. So when people use CLIN, they're not that interested in what Sreedhar or Bruno are thinking about that trial. They want to know what Dr. Trery or Dr. Pauls or Dr. Ornstein are thinking about this trial or that trial. And so the fact that we build over the years a way to take the commentary from these 6,000 oncologists and to build a number of analytics, that's the uniqueness that we bring. And it might surprise you how hard it is to do it. So we're very proud of it. And we hope that as you listen to it, you'll consider reaching out and getting a pilot or demo about how we can help for your next conference. It's too late now for ESMO GI, although we have a recap of with all of our key data from ESMO GI. If you reach out or if you comment or send us a direct message, we'll be glad to send you that recap. It's actually a lot of value, and it's very well done. So now let's open ESMO GI, and I'll pass you the microphone, Sreedhar, to walk us through what we have. And after we go through the analytics, we'll talk about how AI now is using more conversationally to create any kind of analytics or query you want on the data. That's going to be the second step. So for now,
Right, Bruno.
microphone is to you.
Thanks, Bruno. And before we get on to ESMO GI, just want to mention that in addition to the 6,000 DOLs or the digital opinion leaders, we are also expanding the coverage, and we will be pretty soon having the key opinion leaders also added to the system. So it's not just the DOLs that are pretty active on social media. It will be also the KOLs who may not be that active, but who are considered as obviously the key opinion leaders, and there is a lot of weightage around these influencers. So the influencers tab in future, it will be renamed to oncologist, and we'll have a list of DOLs and the list of KOLs, and that expands the coverage. And I think we are getting to maybe tracking 20,000 influencers in the system in total, Bruno.
That would allow us, by the way, beyond the buzz, and the sentiment extracted to build a full scientific share of voice that includes social media, podcast events, clinical trials, and other activities, media that publication that provides a comparative share of voice between your brand and other brands in a particular market. So there's a lot of things in our pipeline, and Sreedhar is very busy with his team on a number of new features.
Right. Um, and maybe Shahir, one quick idea is to see how we can use the AI chatbot or the chat assistant. We're still figuring out what is the right name, Bruno, by the way. We are currently calling it as chatbot, but maybe we are going to call it as CLIN assistant in future. Um,
Hey,
and
this
put
is
in
Ty the
any,
Tiger.
yes, that's right. So yeah, we can jump to ESMO GI, Bruno, or we can get to a chatbot. Maybe initially we can go through the ESMO GI. Yeah, Shahir.
And I see Pallavi is saying hi. Hello, Pallavi.
So currently, we have about 170 abstracts that are tracked, Bruno, under ESMO GI. So I believe there are more abstracts that will be coming in soon. What we are tracking, you can see like the landing page will be the list of analytics what we have. So we have the analytics for the top trials by exposed, top influencers, the top companies, and the influencer trials post on X. So those are all based on the data that we have from social media, primarily coming from exposed. That would help us to identify what are the trials that are mentioned quite often, what are the top influencers, what are these companies that are discussed by these influencers, and we also have the second set of analytics that is based on the number of abstracts, the top drugs that are discussed, the top MOS that are discussed, and the top conditions. So those are the uh, two different set of analytics that we have currently available under the analytics tab. Each of these analytics are clickable, and you click and land on the list of the abstracts or list of the exposed depending upon which bar you click.
When, go back for a
Yeah, go ahead.
second. Click on comparing on the right, uh, comparing the product from previous years, not the product, sorry, the MOA, the top genes, right? Or the top MOAs, either ways. Click on comparing with previous years and let's see if there's any notable changes. So, of course, RAS and KRAS that's the most striking one. Uh, I guess HER2 also is back very, very strongly. Okay. Okay. That's very helpful.
Yeah. So if you go back, we in addition to the analytics, we also have the list of all the abstracts that are presented at the conference, and this is a real-time coverage that we do. Our goal is to see that these abstracts are available in the shortest time frame possible. Um, and it's not just the list of abstracts. We do a lot of entity extraction. Maybe there's a bit of technical things that we may not want to go into the call, but each abstract has about close to 25 to 30 attributes that are tracked. Some of them are derived fields and some of them are extracted fields. Like, for example, we extract products, MOAs, companies, the sponsor list, the ROA, the product type, and a whole lot of other fields are extracted from each of these abstracts. So you have the list of abstracts, and for each abstract, we know the number of exposed currently and the list of publications or images that we are tracking. So there's a lot of automation, but it's not just about automation. There's a whole lot of curation that also happens around these abstracts. So whatever images that you see, these are curated images from our analyst team. And once the abstract is available, the team tries to track all the publications around that abstracts and post them in our system. So you can click one of the abstract and we will see all the details for the abstract.
Let's look
So
at the
we have,
post for that abstract.
yeah, this is
Quite of a positive series of comments.
yes.
If you don't mind, go back to the list of all the trials at ESMO GI. Go back, no, go back to the, or you can go that way, yes. So, and expand the top trials by exposed. I was interested in the negative trials, right? So you can see them right away. You've got 3 that are clearly negative: Gleam, Emerald 3, and Emerald 1. So it's not a good Emerald conference. So uh, now you'll notice, by the way, a little bit of a donut score on the left. These are the impact scores. So uh, we don't have one for all of the trial yet, but our AI is going to be giving a impact score for each trial, and think about it as anticipation of becoming part of the guideline and changing the practice of care. Anything above 75, you could interpret it as a projection that this is going to be an NCCN preferred drug, right? So now, if you look at the first 2, they're negative. Let's click on Emerald 1 for a second from AstraZeneca. So, okay, so there is we know it didn't meet its primary endpoint right away just based on the amount of red. And you can see right away the red commentary, lack of efficacy, and even some toxicity. So I don't need to read more to know essentially that this is a negative trial. And okay, let's go back. Now, the most positive is the third one. Let's look at the positive commentary for RMCGI 102. All right, and we see Dr. Vogel, who is, of course, a top voice and very well-known person in the field, which gets to the top here. And safety and efficacy plus chemo, amazing response rate, favorable toxicity, a new area. So, I mean, just not to double guess our AI, but maybe a little bit because we're building in public here. I would argue that this is really a strong positive, not a positive. So we might want to tag or flag that one for review, uh, Sreedhar, because
Mhm.
the kind of choice of word to me imply standard of care shift and strong positivity as opposed to regular positive commentary.
Got it, Bruno. Um, and as we do that, yes, this is one way of browsing to see like what the top influencers or what the top trials discuss. The other one is the chat assistant that is available.
Yes,
So you can just right away go and click on the
let's
chats
try
and
that.
say, like, what are the top, who are the top voices at maybe ESMO GI 2026? We could just put in the query and see. So again, this is all curated data. Part of it, of course, we'll be using AI Bruno for curation, and there's a lot of analyst curation that's also happening. But whatever data that you see is a verified and curated data. We are not just pulling the data from public sources and displaying. We are curating, and it's all like vetted information that is there.
Uh, and is there a way to expand that?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. So, what I find fascinating that you and I have discussed several times is this idea that with AI, it's the end of UI, is that you don't need a user interface anymore. It can be created on the fly in a
That's true.
ephemeral way, as opposed to a preset way. And so you can prompt your way into any type and arguably all type of table, of graph, as long as the data is findable in CLIN.
That's correct. I mean, in this example, you could say like it also gave a list of most active influencers, Bruno, based on the number of not just number of the posts, but also based on the number of views. So it's all like you could just build your own analytics without really having the system or having these defined analytics in the system.
So this
And
is
the good
build your
part
own
is that
salad. Yeah.
yes, and the good part is that you have references for all the data. If you have any questions, probably you could just click and directly land on the page to validate the data.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah. So I know we're getting at the end of the presentation, 15-minute here, 15 minutes of fame, of very targeted fame. Any final commentary or point you'd like to make, Sreedhar, before we close this weekly podcast?
Sure, Pranav. Of course, we'll continue to improve the AI, the CLIN AI assistant that we are building in future, trying to see if it can generate all kind of analytics and how powerful it could be. So that's an area where we'll be trying to put in some investment in on the product side. And as I mentioned, the other area is trying to expand the influencer coverage and see that we have not just TOLs in the system, but we also have the KOLs. So the other two main areas right now we'll be working on. Another interesting one probably we could discuss in the next podcast is the cancer centers. We also started tracking the cancer centers. It's not yet built into the system, but that's a feature, one of the upcoming features on CLIN.
Terrific. If you're interested in this, please let us know, and we will gladly send you our post ESMO GI report recap, which is a very nice report. Has a lot of value. People pay good money for it, but we would be glad to share it with you at no additional cost, at no cost actually. And if you want to try our platform or get a full demo, please let me know. All right. Thank you, everybody. Au revoir.
Thanks, Pranav.